California of the past.
I am California of the past. I am California of the past.
My name is Mich Himaka, and this is the story of how my parents came to California. Dad, Chosuke Himaka, came to the United States in 1906 at age 17 to work in the Seattle-Tacoma area timber country. His father, a fishmonger in Japan, died of blood poisoning when Dad was about 9 years of age. As the oldest son, it was his responsibility to go out and support the family. He did that, learning to be a telegrapher in his village until he immigrated to the U.S. to seek what other immigrants had hoped for, a future and a fortune that awaited them. After working 12 years in the Northwest without the elusive fortune, he returned to Japan in the spring of 1918, married Kazue Taka, and returned in the fall of 1918 with his bride to resume work in the lumber industry. Their opportunity to come to California came later that year when a brother-in-law told him of work in the relatively new fishing industry in San Diego. Here our parents settled in a Japanese fishing village called Fish Camp at the foot of Crosby Street, started by the Van Camp Seafood Company for families of Japanese fishermen and cannery workers. Dad purchased a partnership in a small fishing vessel. They made trips to the Baja California area to catch tuna. My brothers and their friends used to wait on fish camp piers for all the returning boats. They said they recognized each boat by the sound of the engines. They became so proficient at recognizing the sounds they knew which boat was coming in first as they cleared the horizon. In 1929, my parents purchased a tofu manufacturing store in downtown San Diego, where the gas lamp district sits today, hoping to supplement their meager income. They continued working as fishermen and cannery workers until they ran a tofu shop on the side. I was born in 1932, the youngest of 7 children. December 7, 1941, World War II started, and Dad was taken into custody along with other so-called community leaders. He was separated from the family and held in 6 different segregated camps for Japanese immigrant leaders until March 1944. By then, the family had been settled in Poston 3 concentration camp in Arizona, one of 10 such camps located throughout the U.S. Following the war, our family moved to Cleveland, Ohio, where there was work available for Dad and Mom. We lived in Ohio for 3 years before we left the cold winters and returned to California in 1948 to join my brothers and sisters who had preceded us to sunny San Diego. My parents eagerly awaited seeing their first grandchild, who was born just 4 months before. They lived the rest of their lives in San Diego to see 12 additional grandchildren join the family.